Hello, this is Reverend Lorenzo. Thank you for joining us for this, our Blue Christmas service. I would especially like to thank Reverends Katie and Faith and Andy for coming together to make this possible for us. May this Blue Christmas service help you to find peace in your loss, some hope in your lament, and may you find that you have a very Merry Christmas. God bless you.
The night is ours. Together we find refuge from bright lights, holiday songs, celebrations, and the expectations of everyone around us.
Together in this safe place, we can admit our pain, our loss, our fears, and no one can judge us. No one will tell us to be happy or merry. No one will think less of us because we cannot celebrate this season.
Together, we can pour our hearts out honestly and claim our own kind of meaning this season. Here, we are welcome even if we are cynical, even if we are angry, even if we scoff at the mention of hope and meaning.
We can be where we are. We do not need to hide or pretend or feel guilty, even if our grief, our pain, or our anger seems ugly to the world. Let us be at peace.
We are safe here. We are accepted here. There are no demands. Let us be a sanctuary for one another.
Let us lay our burdens here, casting our sorrows into this circle of light. We know there is more to life than pain. There is more to life than sorrow. Wait for it. Watch for it. Welcome it.
We light this first candle to remember those whom we have loved and lost. We pause to remember clearly their faces, their voices, their bodies. We embrace and give thanks for the memories that bind them to us in the season of expectation when all creation waits for the light.
We remember them with love.
May God's eternal love surround them.
We light the second candle to remember the pain of loss, loss of relationships, loss of trust, loss of jobs, loss of health, loss of faith, the loss of joy. We acknowledge and embrace the pain of the past, O God, and we offer it to you, asking that into our wounded hearts and open hands, you will place the gift of peace. Shalom.
We remember that through you all things are possible. Refresh, restore, renew us, O God, and lead us into your future.
We light this third candle to remember ourselves this Christmas time. We pause and remember the past few weeks, months, and for some of us years that have been heavy with our burdens. We accept and lay before you, God, the sharpness of memory, the sadness and grief, the hurt and fear, the anger and pain.
We remember that though we have journeyed far, and that while lost, we may have turned away from the light itself has not failed. We remember that though winter be upon us, and though the night be dark, with the turning of the wheel, the dawn will come, and dawn defeats the darkness. We light this fourth candle to remember faith, the gift of light and hope that God offers to us in the stories of Hanukkah and of Christmas, which both also begin in abandonment, insecurity, and humbleness, in a time of war and in a poor stable. We remember that the loving God who kept the light shining in the temple and who came to share this life with us promises us comfort and peace. We remember the one who shares our burdens, who shows us the way to the light, and who journeys with us into all our tomorrows.
Hi, I'm Andy Burns. I'm an ordained elder in the United Methodist Church. Hear this reading from Lamentations, chapter 3, verses 1 through 12. I am someone who saw the suffering caused by God's angry rod. They drove me away, forced me to walk in darkness, not light. They turned their hand even against me over and over again, all day long. They wore out my flesh and my skin. They broke my bones. They besieged me, surrounding me with bitterness and weariness. They made me live in a dark place, like those who've been dead a long time. They walled me in so I couldn't escape. They made my chains heavy. Even though I call out and cry for help, they silence my prayer. They walled in my paths with stonework. They made my roots crooked. They are a bear lurking for me, a lion in hiding. They took me from my path and tore me apart. They made me desolate. They drew back their bow and made me a shooting target for arrows. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.
I invite you to take this moment to witness to the pain and stress and sadness you may be experiencing at this time, and consider how the images of a fierce God we heard in Lamentations 3 speaks to us, both personally and as a community.
Let us hear and consider the words of hope from Lamentations. I remember my woes and wanderings, the wormwood and the gall. Those memories are so clear to me, and they fill me with despair. Yet, other memories give me hope. The Most High's favor is not exhausted, nor has God's compassion failed. Mercy rises up new each morning. So great is God's faithfulness. God is all I have, I cry, so I will wait in patience. The Most High is good to those who hope in God, to all who seek God's presence. It is good to wait patiently for God to set us free. For the Most High will not reject us forever, but will show compassion and the fullness of love. God does not willingly torment or punish any human being.
I invite you to take this moment to remember the compassion of God and to give witness to hope and how we have experienced both as individuals and as a community.